Hello, everybody. This is Kiera.
This is Leah.
This is Solo.
And you're listening to He Said, We Said, coming to you virtually. Maybe for the last time. Who knows? Things are starting to open up. Let Greg tell it. We will be open at 100% as of, is it Tuesday?
Wednesday.
Yeah,
Wednesday.
Okay.
Greg said it's not his responsibility for all of that. Ain't no state mandates in this part of the country.
Yeah, well, how y'all feel about it? Y'all about to be masked off?
No. I'm masked up until vaccine, but I'll probably stay masked up well into.
I need somebody to tell me that herd immunity is looking reliable before I start with the mask off.
Look,
and that means Fauci.
When Fauci takes his mask off, I'm gonna take my mask off pretty much.
Yeah, which no telling when that'll be. I ain't gonna lie, I do miss wearing lipstick. Okay, I miss wearing lipstick, but my mask will stay on. I will not take it off. It's funny. I saw people talking about it on Facebook, and there was one girl who I went to school with, and she just made a post like, I don't know about you guys, I'm gonna be wearing my mask. Tell me what you're doing. It was like 60 plus comments and literally split 50-50. People like, I'm not wearing my mask no more. I'm not doing it. I'm ready for it to open. I got my shot. We're over the curve now. The
crazy thing about that is some of those people are people that caught COVID and were sick. And I don't get it. I'm like, you caught the shit, you were sick, bedridden, and you're still being stubborn and hard-headed.
I think that's their point. So for a lot of people, they think that they can't get it again, or they have the antibodies or whatever. And so they're like, oh, I've already had it. I know I'm not going to die from it. If I get sick again, okay, I get sick again.
It's like different strains of the shit.
Yeah, but I think that's the thing. It's like, look, I know how my body, that's how the feeling, not me. I know how my body is going to react. I'll take my chances. They also thought they were immune for however long after. So
that's the thing that frustrates me the most, is because the vaccine isn't 100%, as far as contracting the virus. But if everybody doesn't get it, there's still going to be that possibility that somebody who isn't, vaccinated can give it to you. You know what I mean? But whatever, man. I'm going to be masked up. Long story short.
Yeah, I'll definitely be masked up. I actually am recovering from COVID. I had COVID 2 weeks ago, I think now, or tested positive 2 weeks ago. I had a mild case allegedly, and I ain't trying to go through that again.
Yeah,
that was not fun.
Couldn't eat, right?
I couldn't eat. I didn't eat for over a week. I had chills. I was fatigued. I mean, when I tell you I was sleeping most of the day, like literally I'm waking up. I have on like shirts, like a tank top, a t-shirt, a hoodie. I'm under the covers. I am still cold, but then I'm sweating. And I wake up, take some medicine, go back to sleep. Like I literally was sleeping all day.
So no shower.
No, I had to take a bath. One of the days I took a bath. That was really kind of like early on when I still didn't know what was wrong with me. I'm telling you, I was so shocked that I even had COVID. I just thought it was like a cold or a flu because we had just came from the power outages and I've been sleeping in the cold. So
I knew off top. I was like, man, some people are gonna get sick from this moment. But
that was what I thought for myself.
Because niggas had to shack up with people,
Exactly. I was one of them.
People had to have a lot of people in their homes. I know somebody that lived downtown, on the other side of the tracks, clearly, where if you didn't see downtown, Houston was lit up during the powder outages. And she said, because I live here, like all of my family was here. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
If that would have been my family, I guess I probably would have been there too. Not knowing how long it was gonna be out, but knowing you downtown, like they ain't turning your power off.
That whole situation, I guess we can talk about it since we didn't record, but I did not know it was gonna last as long as it did. Like I literally thought I was gonna go home on Monday or Tuesday. I was like, wait, the stuff is still out? What?
Something just told me. I was like, this bitch might be bad, but it was even worse than I thought it'd be.
Like, I think it just got to a point where I just didn't expect it. I was one of the ones, I had power on Monday. So people saying they didn't have power on Monday, I was like, whatever.
Well, they got water. Some people I knew got water on Monday, this past Monday. You know?
That's ridiculous.
Got water. See, that's crazy. But I was one of the ones like, this can't be bad. I'm telling you, it was 3 a.m. on Tuesday, and you heard like the zzz of like all of your things, like everything losing power. Like, what was that?
My ass woke up in the middle of the night, was like, it is cold. Did I lose power? I got on 2 pairs of socks. I'm bundled up. I was like, is it the power out? Tell me why I forgot to turn on the heat.
Wait, so you had power? You just
what happened is, no. So I got the little portable heater, and so I usually turn it off when I unplug it to take it into the room. But the shit will still, emit some heat. So I plugged it back in, thinking the shit was still on. I woke up, was like, oh shit, I ain't got no power. And I turned on the light. I was like, wait, what?
Y'all, I was in a hotel so it was Valentine's Day. I had a hotel. Here we are Monday. I'm stuck at the freaking hotel. I'm downtown. There's literally nothing open downtown. Room service is not going on. That's why this is how I think I got COVID. We had to go down to I don't know, I guess the restaurant of the hotel, but everybody's down there because nothing is open. So they only had 2 servers. The one of my servers, she brought us towels the night before, because everyone I'm sure no one could come to work, and the people that were already there probably had to stay the night. So it was a mess. We walked around downtown. We found a Domino's that was open on McKinney. We circled back around. They ran out of cheese. Can't get no pizza. Literally, it was one thing after another. It looked like, I don't know, people had to ration food and stuff. So people waiting out in lines trying to figure stuff out.
The fittest was in full effect. Like, what you got at your house, because we're closed.
Straight up. Ice on the ground. People slipping and cars driving crazy and skidding. I'm like, what is going on here?
Look, now we know we don't have no kind of winter tires. No, there's not enough salt in this city to salt the roads. It was just everything. Yeah, if it ain't nothing we gonna do, Black Twitter gonna come through for the last. But I'm gonna say, look, I was offended at a certain point. On day 2 of the cold for me, when I had no power, I was like, this is enough from y'all.
When those pictures were surfacing of people with the busted pipes and the drywall coming off, and it's like, man, that's why them homes is cheap. And I was just like,
right. No, shut up.
At that point, I'm just mad. We already are mad, and y'all are out here making these jokes. I feel like we the third world country, not third world, but the third world countries that we just making all these jokes about. No, this is real life. I don't have nothing.
It was so bad.
Really been in.
But thank God. Look, thank God it was just a few days compared to what
they say with. It could have been a couple of months had it just been
extra
couple minutes.
You know what? Let's talk about this, because they was basically like, look, y'all lucky the power outages lasted as long as they did. It could have been worse. Even though we wasn't prepared, y'all better be lucky it was only about 5 days. That's how it came out. It's like, wait a second.
I was like, oh, so we got our own power grid? I was like, oh, I'm learning shit. What? When did we get that? And then they're like, ERCOT. I was like,
I ain't never used the word ERCOT in everyday regular life more than I did, but what's going on?
Listen, and then you know what was pissing me off? I ain't gonna lie, because they was rolling blackout, so I'd have some power for a little bit. Then all of a sudden, I'm like, wait a minute, why is this out again?
The moment I found out it was purposeful, I was like, wait a second.
I was livid. I was hot. I was like, I know you a method liar.
The thing is, because I'm sitting here, I was like, any minute it's gonna be my turn. Any minute.
You know what? Shout out to everyone with the gas appliances. Shout out to the people with the fireplaces. And the people who never lost power. Shout out to y'all, because y'all were the real MVPs.
The winners and the.
But I tell you, when that 48 hit that next day or something, I was like,
you know what's crazy?
Out there with one layer. I was in there with one layer, like, oh, we good. What's this?
I was like, so I get why people say 48 ain't bad, because when your ass has been in 20, it feels like 60.
Honestly, one of these days it was like 25 or something. The sun was out, and I was like, not that bad. Like
the thing that's bad.
10?
Yeah, I was like 7. But I think the thing that's bad for us is I feel like it happens so suddenly, so we're already not prepared, and it's normally on the day where the sun not really out either. So it's just doom and gloom and then windy, and so it's just like we got everything all at once. Because I feel like when I be going to Chicago's too windy, so maybe not the best example, but like some of the other cities in the East, when it be cold there, it's like, this is manageable. I be feeling like here, it's just everything that's bad all at once. Like we had hail some of those days too. So I was like, dang, my car out there getting beat up.
Listen, and it's daylight saving, so it's a race for the clock. Make sure I get everything done while it's still daylight, so I'm not on the road with this black ice. Like what the hell? Then my ass caught COVID in the midst of it, y'all. It's been a bad 2 or 3 weeks. Okay, but we on the other side.
I'm so happy you're on the other side. I'll say that.
Amen.
I was worried.
You and me both, child. Okay, so that's a lot with COVID. Texas is open. We just got the relief bill passed in the Senate. So does Biden just need to sign it now, and then people will get their checks and all this other stuff?
Saying that the checks could come as soon as this weekend.
Man, they need to send those checks around. What's the limit? How much
the max? I think
80,000. If you're over 80,000, that's the cutoff. So after 80, you don't even get the step down, right?
Much.
Okay. Well,
just get your taxes done. You'll be fine.
Man, whatever.
Well, they're doing something too. I saw they're like paying out with people with children up to like $3,000 or something like that. I don't know, but people are gonna start getting paid for however many kids they have. I don't know if it's bi-weekly or monthly. I don't get all the details because I don't benefit from this. But
this is like another example for the what is it? The family Twitter to come for the single folk with no kids. Like, this is what. So we saying y'all should have hacked. Hold up,
you was miserable in the outages trying to entertain your kids. Okay, it comes around, it goes around. All right,
right.
It is what it is.
We all got our own things.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Because without Georgia, though, we might not have made it.
Throw in a Georgia.
Yeah, with them replacing.
With Warnoff and yeah.
These been close.
Everything.
I think it was 50-49. Yeah.
Not one Republican voted for.
I really hate. We kind of get sometimes on tangents with the politics, and so I don't want to take us there too far. But like, I'm really trying to understand, when are we gonna get away from this party line thing? Because at a certain point, y'all have to have opinions. Like, you have to have an opinion, and that's the part that has killed me. I would say over the past like 3 or 4 years. This has been a thing forever, but. It's like everything. Yep. Write down party lines. And it's just like, okay, are you for it or against it? Like, what's in here that makes it like, why is everything just like why is this pandemic a political thing to where you're just like, I got to vote with my party? And it's just like,
it's ridiculous.
Oh my God. I've been waiting for us to have our, and maybe this will come with Trump and his people, but like, I've been waiting on a whole, like, overturn where we just restart, revamp, because the whole idea of people not really voting for things they actually believe in is just, what are we doing? Why are we going through the motions? Yeah.
Well, and even too, like, I'm about sick and tired of the damn Democrats too. Biden, you got some explaining to do. Them Democrats that voted against the minimum wage being raised, I think it was like 7 or 8 of them.
Yeah.
What's going on? What's happening here?
Shit, the only thing I can say about that is they said ain't no party line around here. I don't want minimum wage up. Like, so
I could go on a tangent on the whole minimum wage thing, but
I just feel like minimum wage been the same since I was getting minimum wage.
Yeah, but them expenses go up though.
Okay. We can briefly talk about Andrew Cuomo. He's in the hot seat right now. He allegedly lied about the numbers of deaths in the nursing homes, which is a really big deal because he later wrote a book talking about how he successfully beat COVID or whatever the thing was while we're still in the midst of a pandemic. And he also now has sexual allegations that have been out against him. There's been a few women that have said that he's made inappropriate comments. I don't think that anyone has made any allegations on like physical activity, but definitely like inappropriate
I've heard
conversations.
Like the made to feel uncomfortable kind of things. And I think that's what his apology was. Like, I apologize for anyone that I made feel uncomfortable or something unknowingly or something like that. But I'm just, you hate to see it. Like, he was the face of the New York pandemic.
I like brothers.
Yeah, and people start getting on Chris and the journalist.
I mean, look,
but that's his brother. Yeah. Look, it's other people on this station.
Like, look, I ain't gonna lie. That's when the stuff gets tough, though. You're a journalist. This is what you get paid to do. Your brother is the governor. It's
still a blur. They're both blurry, though. It's my brother. I'm gonna say it's skewed anyway. So somebody else on this network could do it. I
don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's illegal. He said he can't talk about it. I don't know if it's legal. Well, obviously, if I'm in that situation, it's definitely tough. But I'm sorry. You chose to be a journalist. You come from a long line of governor of family. Their dad was the governor of New York. Like, this is part of the territory. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, but there's ways to get around that shit if the network wants to. You shouldn't have to make someone do something like that. But I see both.
It looks like they haven't.
Yeah, he's not gonna talk about it. And good for him. That is definitely an uncomfortable position to be in. But again, you come from a line of government family, whatever. Your brother is the governor of New York. You didn't have no problem digging him up a couple of months ago. We didn't have no problem talking about cotton balls or whatever they've been talking about on the show. Look, we can't just be picking and choosing when we want to support.
I feel like as a journalist, they're able to pick and choose what they want to talk about.
I thought it was whatever the network says.
That's what I thought.
Now, I'm pretty sure he can try to remain as neutral as possible without, getting feelings involved.
Just reporting the facts, right?
Especially if the relationship is like that,
Yeah. Look, it's definitely sticky. Happy it ain't me, for sure. Best of luck to them. Hopefully Cuomo, well, I ain't gonna say hopefully. We'll see how everything unfolds and, wish everybody involved the best. We have an update, T.I. and Tiny there also. We talked about them being in hot water a couple of weeks ago. They have women now that have pressed criminal charges against them. So this is now an actual investigation. They're going to, question T.I. and Tiny. T.I. has also been removed from Ant-Man. That's the movie,
right? I saw that, yeah.
Which I didn't even know he was in Ant-Man to begin with.
Part of the crew with the Hispanic dude from Crash, them. Like, it was like a group of them.
Okay, which that's unfortunate because that's a big check, and no telling. I know Marvel does all kinds of other stuff, so maybe he could have gotten a bigger part moving forward in the future. I don't know, but yes, this story is developing, so I don't know. It's looking like they're trying to get T.I. and Tiny to be behind bars.
It's so sad that I didn't even know that was still going on until I saw the news about him being taken off of Ant-Man. I was like, oh, why?
Well, I didn't know he was either.
Say it again.
I didn't know it had progressed either until that.
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
mean, I guess I realized they had been quiet. So, I mean, it sounded like things were moving forward. And it sounded like whoever was coming for them, I forgot her name already. The girl that we talked about was kind of started it in a sense.
Yeah.
It sounded like that was her point. Like, we're going to continue with this. But I don't know. I wonder how it's gonna kind of unfold because I feel like some of the stuff, and maybe it's just some of the stuff that we have heard, it's like people knew it was happening. And so I just wonder, like, how does that play when you're, charging someone with certain things? I don't know. It just sounded like an industry thing. So I wonder how the law works with stuff like that, where it's like, this is what you know, and you're kind of told this is kind of what's happening, and you stay around. And maybe I haven't really fully read all the stuff, but like I saw one story where they like had someone like under gunpoint or something like that. But kind of the other stuff, weren't people saying like this is what happened?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of drugs. I did hear about somebody being held at gunpoint, but to my understanding, like they're swingers. Like that's just a known thing in Atlanta. And so if you are trying to have a menage a trois, look, I mean, that's what the people say.
Or it's known in the Atlanta streets. Yeah. Or it's common knowledge to say.
So if you're trying to get with T.I. and Tiny for a night, I guess for some people, they didn't know they were being drugged or were taken advantage of after being drugged. I think it's a lot more stuff like that versus
where
like
they didn't know. Okay.
Yeah. Or like maybe they did consent to taking the drug, but along the lines they wanted out and they weren't able to leave. Like just weird stuff along those lines.
I want to know. I wonder if we'll even get even more of that, because didn't know that was progressing at all. So to know that it's still going on, like I wonder if it's something that was probably gonna try to settle out of limelight media and all that, but maybe not.
I just don't see how I don't know. I think it's gonna come out.
It has to.
I don't think
I hope it does so I can know the truth. I just want to know.
Yeah, it's not looking too good. Hopefully, well, I ain't got a hopefully for that either.
Like if they did it,
see how it play out.
If they did it, I hope the truth comes out. That's
pretty much. The truth is coming out tonight, though. This is kind of transitioning into TV talk because Harry and Meghan have a 2-hour sit-down interview with the Oprah Winfrey. It's going to premiere on CBS tonight. They are going to talk about, I'm assuming, how things were for them being in the royal family. So for Harry growing up, and then more so Harry and Meghan together as a couple. So I picked up my meal today. I will be eating a delicious meal. HEB has these like pre-made things. So I got some lobster tail. It came with some mac. I got some asparagus. And I'll probably grill some shrimp. And yeah, I'm ready. A glass of wine.
No tea.
No tea? No tea. Just we'll have some Riesling or something.
Oh man,
y'all gonna be watching?
I am. I want to see, how much of the, I guess, previews to it is actually real versus like building up the suspense. Like, how far are they gonna go?
Apparently, no question is off limits. That's what they're teasing in the.
Where did I read that? I read that somewhere too. So, what'd you say?
I said Instagram.
Oh.
No, I don't know.
No, I'm not on Instagram.
I'll be watching though. I really kind of want to, but I'm hoping to actually learn some shit. I don't want this to be one of those interviews where I walk away like, okay, why wasn't a lot more clarified? I want this to be like, okay, raw, unfiltered, Oprah, get in your bag as far as, your interview skills go. But I did have a question. So did he not feel this way before Meghan?
So maybe they'll answer that, but
Meghan, then it's like, you know what? Enough's enough of this bullshit.
I think that's really what it is. From what I have seen, or like he did an interview actually with James Corden, like last week.
On the trolley?
Yeah, on the bus, on the double decker. And so basically, I'm getting the impression that like while he's single, this is all he knows, right? Like this is just what it is, duty over self. And so when he meets Megan, mind you, she's an outsider, right? Like typically they kind of date aristocrat people or people that have money. You got this American girl, divorced, whatever. The opposite side of the tracks. I'm not going to say that she influenced him because I don't know, but they fall in love. He was a young kid when his mom died, and essentially like what they have gone through is a lot of what Diana had to go through. And so we know how that ended for her. So it's kind of what he's been saying is he didn't want history to repeat itself. And so he's decided to completely remove himself from the royal family. And they're not the first people to do that. His uncle did that. Yeah. He wanted to be with an American woman. They weren't having it. This is back in like the 40s though. And so he was like, all right, fine, I'm gonna leave. And he was actually supposed to be the king. Mm-hmm. So when he stepped down, that's how Queen Elizabeth's dad became the king. Queen Elizabeth's dad was actually like Harry. He was the younger brother. So Queen Elizabeth really should not have even been on the throne. It should have been the other brother, but he shows love. So
daddy. So
what'd you say?
So it's Charles's dad.
It's Charles's no. Charles's dad married in. Queen Elizabeth is the actual bloodline throne.
Oh, I mean grandfather. My bad.
Yeah, so his, I guess, great uncle or great uncle is the one that really should have been the king that decided to fall back for the American woman. Shout out to the crown.
Yeah. Wow. And then I'm wondering, like, what is the relationship like now with the brother William?
I wonder because weren't they always kind of
together, Chloe? Well, there was always the rumor in the background. Yeah. So is this the kid? Is it? But I felt like they were close, or at least that's how it looked. They were always together and little brother, big brother dynamic. I don't know.
I feel like growing up as a kid, I always heard, William and Harry, blah, blah, blah. But like since maybe college, I feel like it hasn't been. And maybe it's been since he's been married.
Well, I think Harry went off to the service or something like that, right? Like
he did join the military. He talked about that with James.
And William was still doing the aristocrat shit.
This is what I'm guessing because again, I watched The Crown and their whole thing is duty over self. So you show up for the people of the country, you do whatever you got to do. Forget that it's somebody's birthday, forget that it's your anniversary, forget that you have feelings. You have to kind of just turn it off. And so with William being in line to, have the throne, he doesn't really have the luxury that Harry has to be able to just be like, oh, okay, whatever. So for William, he does have to still play that role. Where with Harry, like even if something were to happen to Charles and William's kids would be in line before Harry would. Like Harry's like way down the line. So Harry has the luxury to be able to be like, okay, whatever, I'm going to do what I'm going to do.
I feel like that's part of it too. We got conversations.
Great uncle said, fuck it.
Yeah. He did.
Great uncle said, fuck this shit.
But like, I guess for Harry, it's not likely that many people before him would all be like, F it. It would be, look, if he's talking to Megan and like she's already going through all of this pressure stuff, that situation she don't really like being in, Harry was already like, some of this is some BS, but it's what I have to do. But now I got my wife here struggling. It's like, I can't do this. Like, we can't do this for the rest of our lives. Can't be having her crying all the time. Like, she almost broke down on that last interview she had when they were still in it. I feel like that would be enough for him to be like, all right, what's my options?
Plus, do I want to live in London or one of the colonies, or do I want to live in Santa Barbara? Do I want to make this Netflix money? Do I want to do come on, we got the freedom and we got the beaches.
And we're rich. We can do whatever. Like, no matter what we choose to do, we're getting a check. Like, we're good.
I'm surprised
we're not about to deal with this stress.
Fuck it. Now you can act, right?
They're gonna have a show on Netflix.
reality.
They're producing something, like maybe like a children's program or something. I don't know, but they did sign a deal with Netflix, or was it Disney? One of the two. So I mean, they good. Well, I guess we'll get more answers. Yeah, we'll get more answers tonight. Solomon has been waiting a very long time for coming to America. Solomon, you've been talking about this movie and telling me how excited you were about it.
I think the excitement did die down after the preview, though. The trailer dropped.
Okay.
But I mean, yes, why wouldn't I be, man? You know?
It's your generation.
Yes. No, that ain't my generation.
I know it's not.
Came out in the 80s. Right? 86?
80 something.
Oh. Okay. I guess this is where we Leah, you didn't see it, but okay, we're gonna proceed with it though. I'll be honest, it was cool. I wasn't mad at it. It was, it didn't exceed my expectations, but it didn't, it wasn't underwhelming neither. I actually enjoyed watching it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. What grade are you gonna give it?
I give it a 7.
7 out of 10. So would that be like a B plus?
Just a solid B.
Okay.
Solid B. I'll say my if I did have to have a complaint with it, I mean, there just wasn't any iconic, funny, hilarious moments in the movie. I think that they kind of rushed it a little bit. Like, it just seemed like everything was just happening. Like, oh, you got a son. Boom, I'm in New York. Boom, I'm back in Africa. Boom, let's get you. And what the fuck was going on at I was like, this is a funeral?
Oh, I didn't even know a funeral happened in the movie. When I tell you, I was in and out that thing.
I was like, wait.
I thought it was a play. I was like, oh, this is like a mock funeral for when the grandfather died. For when the father dies, and then he dies.
So wait, James Earl Jones died?
That's exactly. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Salt and Pepper funeral singing "What a Man."
Listen, I was just about to say that.
That's hilarious.
Wait, that was the funeral?
No. Was the funeral? What was it?
I don't know. All I know is I'm on my phone because I'm watching this with my mom and my brother. My brother was excited. My mom was excited. I don't know, whatever. I hear, "What a king, what a king, what a king." I said, what the hell is going on with this?
I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Salt and Pepper. What?
Of course, Don ain't in that bitch. I'm like, why is this nigga Wesley just walking in this bitch with no fucking? He's just walking in this fucking palace whenever the fuck he chooses.
Look,
what is this shit?
I was like, what am I
look
watching?
like a fool, huh?
No, go ahead.
I don't know. I mean, I enjoyed it. Like, it was, but boy, it was a lot to take in. I will say the two things that I really enjoyed about it was, one, yes, the costumes, the colors, the whatever, whoever.
Eddie looked good.
Everybody looked good. The wigs, I was like, okay, Tyler Perry.
What's her name looked good too? The wife, the queen. What's her name?
Lisa.
She looked good. My mom kept saying that. She looked so good.
She looked good,
She did look good. She's aging well.
But I will say, I enjoyed it, and I will say this: I'm glad that everybody lived, except for
to make it to this movie, right?
Really stuck around. It's not as many people missing or passed. Rest in peace to the Queen. She passed I think right after she filmed The Lion King or something like that. But
oh wow.
Everybody, the gang was back.
The gang was back. You know what? I ain't gonna lie. I think my plot was a little better.
The one you came up?
The one I came up with, I think my plot was a little better.
Oh, that it should have been a daughter. That's what we said.
Should have been the daughter. Yes. She was, became a lesbian and whatever. I don't know what I said.
I forgot what it said, but we was like, oh, that sound like it. That's it.
It.
But I will say they did a good job of like the flashback of them in the club. And I was like, oh shit, this is some good ass CG, whatever the fuck, to make them look young and shit.
They did a good job with that.
I will
At
say,
one point, I didn't know that it was fake. I was like, "Oh, this is a throwback," and I was like, "Wait a second,
when did they do that?"
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I just heard that the whole thing was ridiculous, but people enjoyed it. And so that was kind of like the census. But I will say some of my friends were like, I hated it, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, dang, I thought, I heard that it was the most, but I heard that it was like, enjoyable the most, but like able to sit through it the most.
I didn't hate it. Yeah, you could definitely sit through it. It would have been fun if you had a watch party to watch it. I will say the most surprising cameo, fucking twin rappers.
Oh, I did. Okay, I didn't understand that reference. I just saw this movie a couple months ago, so I didn't remember them.
But
from
they showed
what?
in the flashback.
Oh, they were in the flashback.
Yeah, remember when they went on the date at the clubs and they were interviewing all the people, and then the twins were rapping. And they were at the end when they came. I was like, okay, they're alive. But
okay. You know what? This is a good movie to watch. I don't know if y'all's family is like this, but like if y'all get together for like a family holiday or whatever, and you just have this movie playing in the background, it's one of them kind of movies. So
okay,
good for everybody. Well, there were some inappropriate parts, maybe not for children, but for the most part, it's family friendly. I mean, it was cute enough. I didn't feel like it was just like a bomb, like they wasted
like why did they ruin? Okay,
yeah. So like, was it needed? No, but was it horrible? No.
It was cool. I wasn't mad at it. It did have a little bit of nostalgia that made me feel good, but yeah, it was cool.
And I get that because, like, again, I did not grow up watching this movie, so I could see for somebody that did, or maybe even went to the theaters to see it back, when the original came out. Like, I could see how it would be very nostalgic and seeing everybody, older. What's his name? Good Times Daddy. What's it? James Avery. Is
James Avery's in that bitch. I was like, damn, y'all couldn't get the daughter back.
Couldn't get what?
Wait, James,
dark-skinned daughter.
James Avery is Uncle Phil.
I was like, wait a second. Who?
What's Amos? Phil Amos?
Whatever the man's name is. Daddy from Good Times. Mr. McDowell himself.
Okay, yes. I was like, I don't know who y'all talking about.
Maybe his name is James on Good Times. I don't freaking know.
Yeah, his name
but he looked good. And my brother noticed. He was like, shout out to Eddie for letting all the old people sit down. You didn't see them standing in the movie. They was either laying down or they was sitting down. So, we got to respect the elders here. It probably was already enough trying to get them to come back.
Get them to come.
And I didn't know what you call its daughter. The middle daughter was Eddie Murphy's daughter.
Oh, yes.
She was looking fly.
Yeah,
like cute. Her hair and the whole ensemble. I was like, okay, Eddie Murphy.
Go ahead. He actually has a beautiful family.
It's going to be on my list to watch later today.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's
because I planned on trying to do it this weekend. So that's the plan.
Take some time off from grades for a second.
What you say?
Take some time off from grades. What season?
I have
season 7? Oh damn!
Oh dang! Are you on season 7?
No, I feel like last time we talked, I was on 6 or 7. I'm on 9.
Okay. Moving on along.
I am, but I was just gonna say I haven't been watching. I probably watched maybe 2 or 3 episodes this week, but I also be watching it at like 11. I watch it as I fall asleep. So however many episodes I can get in before I fall asleep, I have to turn it back on and go back. So unless I feel like not much has happened, that's where I'm at. So yeah.
Okay. Well, we all watched WandaVision. I'm actually surprised I can even entertain this conversation. Okay. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. I watched it twice.
The whole thing twice? I'm probably gonna go.
Thing twice.
I'm probably gonna go back and watch the whole thing twice as well, just to kind of pick up some of the other stuff that I missed. But low key, I'm gonna look it up first before I look into it. Some of the things I may have missed. So, Solomon, you said you watched the finale, right?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay, but I wanted to go back because on all the commercials, I feel like my dad was like, "Oh, that's this and that." I was like, "Yeah, I only got this one piece," but I kind of want to go back and hear some of the other stuff that was like kind of thrown in there that I may have overlooked. But I'll say on Twitter, Marvel said, "Oh, we seizing this opportunity." I don't know if y'all have seen all of the tweets and stuff from the WandaVision account and all of the cameo people. So like the WandaVision account would say something like, "Oh, finale tonight, catch up on all of this," or whatever. And then the Ant-Man account would reply with the actor Jimmy Woo, like a video of Jimmy Woo. And then like the Marvel account, Miss Marvel account or whatever would reply with Monica's, with Monica's response. And so like all of this stuff that they have like coming up like reply to that main tweet that everybody was looking at. I was like, y'all better get this engagement. They got a lot of stuff coming and say, "Oh, y'all like that? Just wait." Like, so I'm super excited for all of the connections. It's nothing like a well-written show and movie to really get my attention.
So now the 2 end scenes, credit scenes, what was going on? It didn't seem
with Monica and the green lady. Who was the green lady?
What were the group of people that were in?
Are they villains or are they good people?
I think they're good people.
Okay.
But whatever I read about that, it was basically supposed to be some kind of thing to where him pointing to the sky was like Nick Fury wanted her or something like that. And so Nick Fury is Samuel L's character, right?
Yeah.
And he's over, I guess, all of the Avengers, and he kind of brings them together. And so basically it's him. It kind of just says like, "We need you." Okay. Right.
Because I remember they had those
or want you
in at the end of the Avengers. I think they were also in the credit scene. And then, but I will say this, after the black chick got her powers and made it in there, they kind of just boom, just kind of like
they were together, you think?
Well,
what you mean?
She was locked up in the house for the rest of the damn show with Pietro.
The fake Pietro.
Yeah, fake Pietro. Yeah, I was like,
people were mad about that.
That was kind of anticlimactic.
Well, she was trapped. I feel like maybe they have to do something with that. They have to bring back the Ralph reveal and say like who he actually is or something, because that made a lot of people mad. Like, we've been waiting to figure out whoever this Ralph is. We've been waiting to figure out where this fake Pietro comes in and why is he there. But because I assumed that was going to be the guy from Witness Protection Program that they were hiding. And so that was, because we still don't know who that was, right?
Yeah.
Like who they were actually watching.
Yeah.
That's how they even found out about this, is because they were watching somebody in Witness Protection. Yeah. So I'm wondering if they're supposed to make that connection.
I thought everybody was saying that the whole point of that shit, or the reason why everybody was excited, was because now that Sony sold, X-Men.
The X-Men.
And integrate the multi-universe, and X-Men is going to be a part of the Marvel universe now. And somehow
that's what they wanted. And they were just like, nah, his name is Ralph.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that was underwhelming.
Yeah, so hopefully that's just more to come, and hopefully that's not just the case, or it could be not. But
and then the second end credit scene, she was just up in the house chanting.
So I did read up on that one, and I talked to. That's the whole like Doctor Strange kind of thing, right? Because he's the supreme that she is greater than, right, or supposed to be greater than. That Agatha said the Scarlet Witch's power is greater than the Supreme, or the Sorcerer Supreme, or something like that. Okay. And that refers to Doctor Strange.
So Doctor Strange is the Supreme and her powers are greater than his?
That's what he said, but Wanda is still learning, right? And so people are thinking that she's learning all of this extra stuff, and that'll kind of lead into whatever is coming from Doctor Strange. I don't remember if that's a movie or if that's a series. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was a movie.
No, what's coming next? Is what's coming next a movie, or is that a series?
You can have a movie or a series.
Yeah, I can't remember what's coming next, but I know it's coming soon.
Because they got Bucky and Falcon, right?
I don't remember. Limited. I don't know. But Wanda is a bad bee.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I love her. Oh my gosh. I stand a woman who is like, you know what? F this COVID. F these people out here. F everything. I'm bringing my man back to life and we are living in our own world. If I could do it, I would too. Okay? Now get the F out and leave us alone.
So with that being said, I thought what was going to happen was, because first of all, them kids ain't real, right? I was like, yeah, that's just some kids that aren't real, but I don't know. But as far as Vision, I thought what was going to happen was he was going to implement himself or his memories into that fake carbon copy looking one, and then that was just going to be the new Vision or some shit. But I was like, huh?
I will say, watching them go back and forth, I was like, okay. Real Vision, fake Vision.
Because the Vision I know looked like the white looking thing.
Yeah, that was the point, right? It was supposed to be the white one. That's the real one. But he just didn't have access to the memories for some reason. Yeah. But the other one was basically kind of recreated based on, I guess, Wanda's access to the Mind Stone. Does he have Mind Stone, or what's his stone? What's the yellow one? I think it is Mind.
I don't know.
I think it's Mind because Doctor Strange is time, I think.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be, I guess, it's recreated from her because it was destroyed, right? The real one was destroyed. The two visions, the actual stone, the yellow stone, what happened to it?
The yellow stone, I thought that's
in Endgame.
He plucked it off the motherfucking head, huh?
Right, but what happened to it afterwards? Do you remember what happened in Endgame?
What happened to all the stones then?
Yeah. I forgot.
You got it. Tony snapped it and that was it, right?
Yeah, I don't know. We can think about it.
I don't think they were destroyed, so to speak.
But the vision that we saw in WandaVision had a fake one. Or it's not it wasn't the real one, basically. Anyway.
Well, I thought Vision, aka Vision.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good looking brother right there. I was watching like, ooh, what is going on? Is this the same guy when he gets regular to when he has on the costume? Keep the costume on, okay? Keep the costume on. It was doing something. I was like, this man got a nice little body.
They had him
the turtlenecks was fitting just right. I got a nice little bone structure.
The thing is, all these edits online, I was like, they did not put Vision in that gold chain, did they?
They put him in a do-rag, put him in a grill. I was here for it all. Yes, that's a good looking man.
I wonder if I'm the Vision from the show, like I wonder what he's thinking, like, look at these, what are they doing?
Yeah.
Oh man, but again, Black Twitter is gold. Absolute gold.
Yeah, I want them to do another WandaVision, but let's keep the outside people out and let's just like keep the shows going.
I don't know what's gonna happen next because how does this, like, what happens next? Because it seems like now it's going to go into a whole new thing, like it's leading into other universes or other, even the kids screaming at the end, like trying to figure out what all that means and what's going to happen next. Like, I don't know if we're going to get an actual Vision, like an actual WandaVision again.
A movie? Yeah. I don't know. But based upon the reaction of the, of the fans and stuff like that, I don't see why they wouldn't try to entertain it a little bit longer, or give them maybe like another mini series or something.
We'll see, man. I just want to be a part of this kingdom that is Marvel. Like,
I would too. Shout out to everybody involved. Like, this was such an original concept. Even down like to I don't know the Marvel details because I don't watch Marvel stuff, but just like I watched a lot of TV growing up. And just those small little details, the laugh tracks, the costuming, the hair, like even like how they do the jokes. You know how like we've evolved with TV, and so like they had those little punch lines.
Man,
so good, so good. And I loved all the little opening themes. Those are pretty spot on. I'm trying to figure out what show it was.
Yes, me too. I will say I didn't get whatever was before. What was before, or the Brady Bunch? I didn't get that for some reason, and I guess because I couldn't connect the ideas because I needed the kids.
Yeah.
But I ended up making my parents sit through some of these, and as soon as it came on, oh my God, the Brady Bunch! I was like, I knew it. Yeah. But like my mom in the beginning was just like you. I love this show. She's over here thinking
that was my mom.
She was like, for sure, oh my God, I loved this show growing up. Is this what it's gonna be like? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh yeah, I love this. Watch the first 3 or 4 with them. And she was just loving everyone. When it got to the real stuff, just like you.
Yeah, I say it definitely made me wish that I had watched Modern Family more. Like I got it was Modern Family in The Office, but I was just like, damn, my friend used to really fucked with this show from the beginning to the end. It kind of made me want to go back and watch Modern Family though.
I feel like that with Malcolm in the Middle. I was like, I forgot I used to watch that show, but I wasn't like a regular watcher.
When it had the kids talking, definitely, I was like, oh, this is cute. And then basically, it's kind of how I guess we have evolved to where maybe we're just in the writer's room now, or I forgot what's her name was our age. And so now it's like the TV shows where the main character, like the mom is the one speaking.
Yeah. Because they did a Full House one too. Well, like it was a mashup. It was Growing Pains, it was Family Ties, and Full House.
I thought Step by Step was in there.
It kind of looked like it, yeah. More so the setup than anything.
Yeah, I thought the setup was closer to Step by Step on one piece of it too.
Yes, I think the house was similar to Step by Step. I'm more so talking about the theme. So like they had, when they show the pictures of them as kids growing up, that was Growing Pains. They had the painting, that was Family Ties. And then like, how they show on Full House those like wide shots of like San Francisco, the running and stuff. They had that too. Shout out to the writer's room. Y'all did that.
Yeah.
Maybe y'all binged Marvel series. I don't know. Start from the beginning. Aren't they all on Disney?
If you didn't like the shit once they got to the real world,
don't even bother.
Well, you stuck it through though. So maybe try, and just because you have a little bit of context now, some of the stuff may kind of like start connecting like, oh, dang, I saw that's what they meant when they were talking about shield or sword or, whatever. Try and see.
Maybe. I will say I F with Agatha, low-key the actress more than Agatha, but I loved that character so much. She was so freaking funny.
The character was great.
She was so good.
Huh?
Is that Kat?
Her name was Catherine. Is that what you mean? Her real name?
Catherine Heim, I think, or something like that. Agatha, yes. Agnes.
She was.
Oh, you thought she was looking good?
Yeah, I was like, when she had on that motherfucking circus outfit.
Oh wait, you talking about Darby or
Darby? All right. Oh, okay. You're talking
Darcy,
from Broke Girls. 2 Broke Girls.
You talking about the doctor?
Yeah.
She's cute. She is cute. I like her character too.
I never really liked her like that.
I'm talking about Agatha, the neighbor.
We're talking about the main.
You're talking about Agatha, the witch.
Yes, I like her character. She was hilarious.
I'll say this. I was happy. I was like, she's really came a long way from when I first saw her. I was like, look at her in Marvel and shit.
Yes, there's one scene that took me out. Whenever they're going back in time and Wanda's seeing her childhood where her parents died, and Agatha's like, why is your brother so loud? Like, we're all right here. Like, why is he so loud? She had a lot of good, like, little punchlines. And
she had a lot of one-liners when she was, I guess, acting to be like the neighbor or whatever. But I thought that was really just well thought out. I loved it. And I loved when Wanda was like, I'm going to keep you in the character you chose.
I felt bad.
Yes. The thing is, I just knew for a fact Dottie was the villain. That's the only part that threw me. Dottie was the blonde.
Oh, I was thinking she was gonna be the villain too.
Man, when they turned her off first, I was like, that would have been great. I needed her to be from something else and like also being controlled too, or just something just completely different. But I'm just like, man, I would have thought. So if I'm Wanda, and I know we're going on this too long, but if I'm Wanda and if I know I'm not actually controlling Agatha or Agnes, how did she not, like, this woman is so timely in my needs.
She had the spell going or something.
But that's the weirdest. That was the only thing I thought was weird, because she was so like always there, and it's like that never clicked. That like, hey, you aren't controlling her.
Wanda started getting sloppy too. On top of that, like eventually, it's like, wait a second, why are we doing all this magic stuff in front of this chick?
Oh, that's what Vision said. Vashon said, Vashon said, this is too much. Like, what are you doing?
She was doing a lot.
But then she wasn't controlling Vision, kind of, you know? So it was weird. I was like, Vision's just breaking character. You're dead. You're dead.
But it ain't Vision. She's just another machine at that point.
Yeah.
Okay, well, were you going to say something, Leah?
Not important. We will stay on this forever. Go ahead.
Well, let's just go ahead and move to the verses. It is Wanda theme. Basically, if it's you and your boo, you were able to bring your man or your woman back to life, and y'all can create y'all's own little universe and it be a sitcom, what show y'all doing?
Okay, so you said sitcom. So no Love and Hip Hop.
We'll keep it on theme. No reality. We'll keep it scripted. But you controlling the shots. You the writer's room. So which one you doing?
Solomon.
Yeah, obviously you put me on the spot, so I really can't even just.
Okay, I can go. I have two.
Oh, okay, cool.
I've already put this out there. I'm doing Bewitched. Me and it's just us two. We ain't got the kids. I'm a witch. I get what I want when I want. And then when we bring the kids in, we can do Growing Pains. You know, they were a lovable family and had the neighbor. What was Leonardo's character in the thing? He was the neighbor friend, whatever.
Fuck. No, I can't remember.
They didn't have too many annoying people on the show. I don't need no Kimmy from Full House in my sitcom world. I don't need no Bud from Bill Cosby show. Lucky they had too many kids anyways.
5, yeah. So you know what? You saying that, I guess if I think about the different sitcoms, this might be bad. The first thing that kind of came to mind is like Martin. Just okay. At first it was just them two. But I was gonna say with kids, Fresh Prince, because then you said annoying people. I was like, well, Jazz, he wasn't that bad, and he was my nephew's kid. I mean, my nephew's friend. So like, you know, I can put a little control over that. But I'm in the writer's room, and Fresh Prince, we got a mansion for all the kids. We still got space for ourselves, and we got a butler. Martin and Gina, we moving on up almost. We coming together in our own. And then, you know, once we, you know, but not season, what was it, 5? Not that season, no.
Yeah, what season is that?
When they start recording separately.
Oh,
we're never in the same room.
Okay.
Let's stop there. Start with the Brian McKnight in the park and move on.
Okay, I can dig it.
It's fuck, man. I really can't think of any, but I would just go by default. I'm gonna just say my wife and kids.
Oh, that's good.
A good one.
It still has that sitcom-y feel to it, you know, with the I don't know if it was soundtrack or it was soundtrack audience. But you know, nice middle class family, mom, dad, kids, they not hurting for anything. And
Michael was fine.
Huh?
Michael was fine. Which one was Michael? Was that the big headed son?
Michael is the
husband.
Right?
Oh, Wayne. Okay.
The Wayans
Junior
family.
is the son.
Okay. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna throw in what's it called too? This will be before my Bewitched stage. Three's Company. That seemed like that was fun.
That seemed like a good time.
Yeah.
Rollerblading down Venice Beach. Got the landlord coming through every other day.
Man, sitcoms, what a time.
See, I thought about Good Times.
Well, hell no.
They had a little struggle. They had too much struggle.
Broke. Like, what?
That was too much struggle.
That's too traumatizing. I need some help.
I need some laughs.
Yeah. Who was you gonna be? JJ?
No,
Dad?
No. I just completely.
Solomon gonna say Sanford and Son next if we keep going.
No. None of those shows, please. None of those shows. Jefferson, no. 227, no.
You ain't gonna be outside the window.
227 with the nosy neighbor.
I mean, it's just. I guess I don't need any of those. I want a happy show. I don't want,
you can do different world.
I don't want struggling with the racial tones, and can we just live good as Black people? Not worried about having to get, discriminated and marginalized against.
You know what? I got the perfect show for you, Solomon. Seinfeld. You look like a Seinfeld or a Frasier nigga.
Frasier. Hold on. Frasier was a.
I mean,
Frasier had money.
Both. Probably Seinfeld.